This is a brand new tractor from Fendt, which is owned by AGCO, luxury and efficiency. Yours for, I don't know, a little over $500,000. AGCO had a good Q4, but of course B of A downgraded Deere this morning going into Friday's earnings, downgraded it to neutral. So we're about a year into this trade and tariff war, and what does it really mean for farmers and equipment makers? Well, look at this. January tractor sales were up over 5% from a year ago. Yeah, these things cost more money now because of the steel tariffs that have been slapped on imports, but farmers may need to upgrade after the buying boom from 2013.
What we can see through tracking digital media is they're rapidly beginning the process to upgrade and replace their equipment this year. We think it's going to be a normal year in line with the guidance we provided.
Now, farmers, of course, have been hurt by Chinese tariffs, even here in California. Things like the fresh oranges, which are supposed to be a big deal for the Chinese Lunar New Year, zip, zero, nada this year. But here's what's interesting. It's not all bad, even when you're talking about things like dairy or almonds.
When you look at the exports to China, Hong Kong, and Vietnam, they're down slightly. But when you control 80% of the global almond production, buyers have to get their almonds.
The processors won't take any more milk. The beef's not worth as much as it used to be. So, yeah, it's been pretty tough.
Some of the benefits have been lower input costs as well because of lack of exports of soybean meal and corn. So it's actually helped us a little bit on the input side.
It does hurt, but I think in the end, when things play out, it'll be better for everybody. It had to be done. Things couldn't go on the way they were.
Here, again, farmers here, like I've been hearing in the Midwest, are still sticking with the president by and large through this. Of course, we're in the red part of California. Yes, California does have a red part. But what's interesting is a couple weeks ago, I talked to a farmer along the coast in the blue part of California. He grows citrus and avocados. Guys, he's the first farmer I've talked to who is not a fan of the president and says he has not been good for agriculture. But again, he's on the coast. Back to you.
Yeah, interesting, Jane. You know, you mentioned that downgrade of Deere today over at B of A. A lot of their argument is that you got the Chinese soybean tariffs still in place, and a lot of these farmers have to make decisions because planting season's coming up.
Yes, they are, and they're out here kicking the tires thinking, you know, we bought in 2013, 2014. This would now be the time you buy a new piece of equipment. Are you going to maybe wait another year till you see how the China thing plays out? But that was interesting, again, because of the soybean situation. It's cheaper for American dairy farmers and cattle ranchers and hog farmers to get their inputs this year and feed their animals. So it's an interesting, I got to tell you just one more thing real quick. This hay exporter I talked to, he's selling his hay to Saudi Arabia, but the China thing's impacting him because the entire shipping situation has slowed down so much that he can't get hay that's paid for Saudi Arabia, can't get here to there right now.
The political support, Jane, is so interesting because, I mean, it's a key constituency for President Trump. They helped him get rid of 3 red state Democrats. What's the feeling? They're happy that he's standing up to some of our trade partners?
Happy's not the right word. Happy's not the right word. Solid. They're going to work through it. They think things will be better on the other side. At least that's what they say to this reporter. But that may be one thing that they're saying to a reporter, and maybe different than the conversations they're having at home around the dinner table. But publicly, yeah, they say, look, you know, it's going to be tough, but we're going to stick through, and we think it'll be better at the end.